So, what are your thoughts on the state of IT in Australia? How do we compare with the rest of the world?
Well, I think we're well positioned. We're usually way up there. We're usually early adopters. I think we're in a good space. I think we're well governed. I think the governance laws and a lot of the methodologies, a lot of the companies we deal with are multinationals anyway. I think it all comes down to the preferred relationships that one has to have to get an end result.
Sure.
But like I said, they're in it to make money. I'm in it to get the solution. So you need to meet somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. What would you say is the biggest innovation that the world of IT has seen?
In the last couple of years or so?
Yeah.
The iPhone, the iPad, I think that's a stunning pieces of technology, how people just pick it up and they can operate it and not stuff it up. So in developing our own internal applications, etc., we need to make them as intuitive and as easy to use as some of the handheld and devices that are driving us that way.
Sure.
Because I think just because you do it internally, it doesn't mean it has to be difficult or impossible to implement, versus an iStore where people can just download stuff and it just works.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a challenge for us to be a lot more user-focused in the way we deliver applications.
Okay, fantastic. And what's the one thing that you want to see achieved by technology in the future? If you could have your way and sort of...
Geez, it's never going to cook me a meal. It's going to help, but it's never going to cook me a meal. I think beam me up, Scotty. We're pushing technology over the last 10 years. If you look at just the handhelds and telephony and mobile devices and all this sort of stuff, Facebook, Twitter, all these types of things, we breathe it, we live it, and it's going to get easier and much more pervasive. We just need to make sure it's secure.
Yeah.
That's the scary bit. Scary from a predator point of view, who spy and take advantage of the children and you know,
where it makes our life easier, it makes
our
other
life
things easier as well.
Yeah, I think there is always two sides to it. You know, we've gone past the viruses. I mean, they still exist, but they're not what we worry about today. It's more about somebody ripping off your bank account, skimming your card, targeting your children online, and those types of things. So even though I'm not one for stopping people doing what they want to do, if they want to go and visit porn sites, that's their issue. But there certainly is stuff where we need to protect the community, because we don't think about it until way down the track. If you take the debate about mobile phones, do they give you brain tumours?
Sure.
Maybe yes, maybe no, but I think some of that work maybe we could have done up front.
Definitely.
Before we become so dependent on it. And we can't, it's too hard to prove. It's a bit like smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and we're too far down the track by the time you prove it.
Yeah, so we're playing catch up, and something becomes so valuable that we can't give it up, and suddenly somebody says it gives you cancer. Well, sorry, but I'm addicted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know I struggle to live without my mobile. I've gone...
You know, but you think back, just only a few years ago, we had beepers.
Exactly.
And that's about the extent of it. And you had to find somewhere to log on. Now you get it on your PDA and you can respond.
Exactly. I've gone from saying, what would I do without my mobile, and what would I do without email, to now saying, what would I do without email on my phone?
Yeah, exactly. So each time you get another improvement, you develop another dependency. So
yeah.